Hey everybody, it's Miss Kathy from the Merrimack Public Library. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Elementary Explorers. So today we are going to be exploring the concepts of dissolving and evaporating. So we are going to need some salt, a piece of black paper, or ideally a dark colored paper or plastic plate, or if your dishes are dark colored already, something that we're going to pour salt on, and then use warm water to dissolve the salt. So you want something that's not going to get soggy super quickly. We will see how my black cardstock holds up, but it's what I have, so let's see. So we'll start by pouring out some salt on the paper, and you can see that the salt shows up quite clearly against the dark background. Now we're just going to pour warm water on top of the salt. I am carefully dripping water out of a spoon. But if you have an eyedropper, that would be a great way to work on some fine motor skills. Or you can use a straw as an eyedropper by holding your finger over one end while the other end is in the water. Okay, so where the water is hitting the paper, the salt is dissolving, which means the salt is joining with the water, kind of. When something dissolves, it's absorbed into, it kind of looks like it's melting into the liquid. So instead of having the individual granules of salt, when you add water, the water dissolves the salt and they combine and become salt water, which is what's in oceans usually. Okay, so I am using the back of the spoon to mix up the water and salt just a little bit. Sometimes giving it a stir can help speed up the dissolving process. And now I have quite a splotch of wet paper where the salt has been dissolved into the water. And I'm going to let it sit. So if we are doing this at home, if you're doing this at home and it's a sunny day, you could put it out in the sun. You could put it on the kitchen table if there's a patch of sun, or you can leave it out in the open without sunlight. It's just going to take longer. But we're going to wait until all of the water evaporates back into the air, which is, the air is going to essentially dry the water. By all the individual water molecules are going to go into the air. And once that happens, when all of the water has evaporated, the paper will be dry, and we should be able to see the salt is back on the page, because the water will evaporate, but the salt will not. The salt will become a solid again, and we'll see the salt back on the paper. So try this at home, and you can try it with salt or with anything else that dissolves in water. So you could try it with sugar, or if you have powdered dish soap. I'll be curious to see if you get different results. You could also try it with something that doesn't dissolve in water and see what that looks like. So have fun with it, get creative, use whatever you have at home, and let me know how it goes. I'll see you next month for another Elementary Explorers. Bye, everybody.